Santa Claus, a beloved figure in Christmas traditions, has his origins in the Dutch legend of Sinterklaas, based on St. Nicholas, a 4th century Greek bishop known for his generosity and kindness to children. Over the centuries, this figure was brought to America by Dutch settlers. Today, Santa is recognized worldwide as the jolly, red-suited man who delivers gifts to well-behaved children on Christmas Eve, embodying the spirit of giving and joy. But that's not exactly what today's caper is all about. Welcome to Capers and Cocktails, a true crime podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously and gives you something to enjoy while you listen. The following content may be disturbing to some. Discretion is advised. If you're enjoying one of our themed cocktails, ensure you're of legal drinking age and have fun, but drink responsibly. It was after work hours on Wednesday, December 13th, 2017 in Citrus Heights, California. It was a chilly evening, not unusual for Northern California, but still, temperatures had dipped into the lower 40s when 911 operators got an incredibly strange call. A man was on the line saying he was stuck. Where, you ask? Well, it was Christmas time, after all. Turns out he was stuck in a literal chimney. I don't know too much about today's Santa wannabe, but it appears Jesse Berube was raised in the Sacramento area and had 2 sisters. He played junior peewee football in middle school. Beyond that, his life, at least to the press, is a mystery. At the time of the caper, Jesse was 32 years old and living in Rocklin, California, a town about 20 miles northeast from Citrus Heights. He had slid down the chimney in an attempt to gain entry into the unnamed business. However, he had become lodged inside the chute. He was able to wiggle just enough to get his cell phone out of his pocket to call 911 for help. Jesse was stuck inside of a chimney to an unnamed business located in the 6900 block of Greenback Lane. Citrus Hill PD and the Sacramento Metro Fire Department arrived on scene and pretty quickly located Jesse by the top of his head. Lucky for all of us, they snapped a photo before they got to work rescuing him. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it for yourself. The fine professionals of the Sacramento Metro Fire Department utilized special equipment to extricate Jesse from the chimney. He was taken to the hospital, but was found to be physically uninjured and therefore was immediately arrested on 1 count of burglary, giving us the second best photo of the episode, which you should definitely go on YouTube to see. The Citrus Heights PD, feeling particularly jolly themselves it seemed, titled their press release, "Criminal Santa does not have the same skills as the real deal." Who says that police don't have a sense of humor? Come on. Let's drink to Santa. There are no shortages of Christmas-themed drinks, and this, well, is a good one. It's perfect for our Santa Burglar, since it's called the Santa. Thanks to Maria's mixing bowl for the recipe, which is, as usual, linked in the description box. If you aren't watching on YouTube, please just know that this is a beautiful drink. And I'll just say, Maria makes it way more pretty than I do, but it drinks the same, right? Sure. To make the cocktail, add 2 parts vodka, 1 part grenadine, and 2 parts cranberry juice, and add them to a shaker with ice. Shake until combined and chilled, and then strain over fresh ice in a glass that's been rimmed with sugar. Garnish with a cherry if you desire, and I think you do. For the mocktail, just replace the vodka with a non-alcoholic vodka of your choice, or even a little water or club soda. Ho, ho, ho. Oh boy. Honestly, Jesse was the lucky Santa wannabe. In Florida in 1986, a burglar tried to get into an empty house via the chimney and got stuck. He died there after several days. In late 2015, in the rural town of Huron, a homeowner heard someone shout after lighting a fire in his fireplace and immediately called for help. The homeowner attempted to put out the fire as his house started filling with smoke. Firefighters had to use jackhammers to break open the brick chimney, but by the time they reached the man who had lodged himself in there, he had already passed away. And that's only the beginning of ghosts of Christmases past when it comes to chimney mishaps. Chimneys have been death traps for hundreds of years. In the pre-Victorian era, it was en vogue and honestly necessary to hire a chimney sweep. But in true entrepreneurial fashion, those chimney sweeps often hired climbing boys or apprentices to do most of the actual work. These boys lived sad, dirty lives and often died young in chimneys. A lot. In an 1813 account, a young boy became trapped in a chimney, calling out to his master, quote, "I can't climb up, master. I'm going to die here," end quote. Unfortunately, the rescue efforts that followed were not successful. According to author Henry Mayhew, quote, "Among these hapless lads were indeed many deaths from accidents, cruelty, privation, and exhaustion, but it does not appear that the number was ever ascertained," end quote. It's even possible that getting jammed in a chimney is where we got the word stuck to begin with. But technology has improved in the realm of chimneys. For centuries, designers have improved chimneys to better carry smoke. This means fewer children have been sacrificed for chimney maintenance. Most chimneys have at least one bend, and sometimes up to 3, which can slow or stop a person from descending. Additionally, the flue, located just above where logs are placed, is narrow to help smoke escape quickly. Typically, the flue is about 1/10 the width of a fireplace opening, making it nearly impossible for anyone to get through, foiling any Santa-like entrance plans. Hence the panicked 911 call from Jesse Berube in December of 2017. Also, he's not the only one. Answering cries for help, police and firemen in Waycross, Georgia, found 30-year-old Alfonso Taylor firmly stuck halfway down the chimney of a 2-story residence in 1965. Alfonso was freed by tearing out part of the chimney and was jailed on charges of breaking and entering. In early 1963, 40-year-old, 140-pound Ray Tallman went down the chimney at Jimmy's Bar, but got stuck at the bottom. After he was rescued by a sledgehammer, he said that the bar doors had been closed, so he decided to enter via the chimney. He was charged with breaking and entering. 25-year-old Michael Taylor told a story about getting on a roof after he'd thrown his frisbee up there. Michael said he removed his shoes because the roof was slippery. I don't know. And they somehow fell down the chimney. When he looked down the chimney, he said his glasses fell off, and he climbed into the chimney to retrieve them, getting, you guessed it, stuck. He was booked on suspicions of attempted burglary. And 24-year-old Glenn Clark was rescued 6 days after finding himself imprisoned in a chimney he'd gone down in his burglary attempt. He told police, quote, "Now I know there's a God. I'll never steal again," end quote. And that's just the people who are in it for the money. Don't get me started on the people who do it for love. Yeah, don't get me started. It's a little hard to see how Jesse's case ended up. Though it seems like he was sentenced to jail time, he failed to show up to serve it 3 times. I hope he got all that worked out and stays out of any and all chimneys from here on out. I hear you can die in those. Thanks for hanging out with me. I have to say, for some reason, it's easier to find capers for Christmas time than it is for Halloween time. I guess everyone is feeling a little more jolly, nice, I don't know. Maybe just everything is more funny when you're acting like Santa. Either way, I'm glad you're here listening and laughing along with me. I will say that usually these ones tend to be short, with news articles that might not be longer than a paragraph or 2. So I hope you don't mind if they're a little less meaty episodes than normal. Everyone's busy at Christmas time anyway, right? 2 more episodes this season. Phew. I hope you're taking time for yourself during this busy season. Y'all deserve it. I'll see you next week, and remember, Santa brings presents. He doesn't steal them.